going on, y'all out there in the internet space? It's your boy Bigger01 here, and today we are bringing you Destiny gameplay, as you can see right here. You know, I've been loving Destiny recently, and this gameplay kind of smacks hardcore, and I wanted to have some sort of commentary to put over it. So, what was I thinking to give on this top of gameplay that is Mamma mia, oh so good? I've decided to give some controversial opinions. Well, at least controversial in the sense that they kind of go against the norm. And to start this off, I wanted to give some controversial opinions on Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan, as you may know, is a director. Well, you can't see me, but I said air quotes director, who recently directed the film Tenet, a sort of time travel film that's supposed to be the blockbuster that returns people to theaters after COVID's, quarantine of movie theaters. In my opinion, this is not even sort of relevant to Nolan, but I hate movie theaters. Movie theaters suck. I'd rather watch anything at home, in my opinion. But in regards to Nolan, I think he's a hack. He's a hack. None of his movies are honestly that good in the sense of story or character development. The best thing he has going for him is cinematography and shot composition. He's very good at making the scene look good, at making the shots and the whole movie itself look cinematic, look like something that the audience understands is a dramatic, exciting event. He's good at the blockbuster. That's what he's good at. Except that he himself thinks he's higher than that. He thinks he's no Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg, who, at least in my opinion, is one of the greatest at making a blockbuster. He made the first blockbuster in Jaws. But Christopher Nolan's attempts at said blockbuster have all been misses, at least in my opinion, including Dunkirk, Interstellar, The Prestige, even Inception, which is a movie I consider to be a quality movie overall. But if we look at Nolan's movies, can any of you out there name a single main character from a Christopher Nolan movie that wasn't already established in a universe, i.e. the Batman movies? That's why I think that Christopher Nolan's movies rely far too heavily on set pieces and a dramatic narrative, i.e. Inception, which is a perfectly fine movie, but it relies heavily on its set pieces and the script structure. None of the characters are memorable. You couldn't name a single character from that movie, including his most recent movies like Dunkirk, even Tenet. Name a single character from Tenet, I dare you. And then his earlier movies like Memento and The Prestige both have adequately entertaining scripts and fun plot twists, but overall they are completely reliant on that. None of the characters are interesting. Compare this to other movies with really interesting plot twists, i.e. The Usual Suspects, that have characters like Verbal Kent and others including Kobayashi and Redfoot, who both are, in the general sense, minor characters. Yeah, I can remember their names. Yet, can you remember a single character from any of Christopher Nolan's movies? And maybe from The Prestige, you can remember Nikola Tesla, because David Bowie's performance as him is, it is good. It's a good performance, but, that's a well-established figure of history. You can't remember the names of the other characters. Here's a hint. One's name is Bourdain. Did you remember that? Did you really remember that? No, you didn't, because Christopher Nolan's characters are forgettable, bland, poorly written. Nolan is by far the least talented Nolan brother. I prefer his brother, who is well known for creating the Westworld series and writing most of those seasons. Even if that series itself has lots of problems, I think he's still more talented than his brother. Come on, Nolan's a hack. He relies heavily on established cliches, and having his far more talented cinematographers take the super heavy burden and carry these movies to the Oscar nominations they receive. So that's my rant on Nolan, and I still have more time, so I'm going to switch this rant over to the YouTube sector and say, fuck MrBeast. MrBeast's content is so lazy, so uninspired, it's almost embarrassing. He has good concepts, I'll give him that, i.e. one of his most recent videos, which was sort of a Survivor parody, when he decided to give a private island to one of 10 contestants he had starting from the beginning. Well, after watching said video, I almost fell asleep before the dramatic conclusion of almost $1 million bloody dollars given away to the winner. This is because all his contestants show almost no enthusiasm in said contest, and that's because they're just his regular jabroni friends. I mean, like, do you think Chandler or that other dude, I mean, I don't even know their names. That should say something that the only persons of that whole MrBeast group I can remember is Chandler, mostly because he's the only one that provides any sort of entertainment value. And I just don't understand why he thinks that having his friends that probably get a salary from him to begin with, like, it'd be far more entertaining if he got people that actually wanted to win these prizes. But I think the problem is that MrBeast is a pussy and he can't handle having people he doesn't really have control over competing in his challenges. Like, if he had people that would talk back to him, or heaven forbid, criticize said video or task, he would be like, oh no, even though that'd be far more entertaining for the video. So he plays it safe, he uses his usual cast of characters, and I honestly think it's a complete waste of an amazing budget, an amazing source of ideas that MrBeast provides, because I'll admit that. He knows how to make a good video, but at the same time, he doesn't know how to execute it well. The idea is there, the execution is not. And then my final unpopular opinion of the video is unpopular opinions themselves. Like, I want to set a record straight for what I consider an unpopular opinion. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Billie Eilish or Ed Sheeran or other popular singers or pop artists. Even some rappers. Well, I'll get to the rappers later. But these artists that I can recognize that they make good music, like Billie Eilish, Ed Sheeran, they're clearly popular for a reason, and just because I'm not personally a fan doesn't mean I should just shout random unpopular disses like, wow, their music's trash, I don't like it. Like, I want to dissect opinions that are reasonable in my criticism against them, i.e. MrBeast and Christopher Nolan in this video, and then rappers like J. Cole and Big Sean, which I'm a little more knowledgeable on, and I can really dissect why I don't think they're as good as other people think they are. So, with that being said, I would very much enjoy if you guys want to put some controversial opinions in the comments that you want me to give my opinion on. For future videos, don't worry, I have plenty of opinions to give. I am just a wealth of angry criticism and narcissistic thoughts, so I don't have any qualms with doing my own opinions for future videos, but I would also like you guys to give me some sort of direction, so keep that in mind, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.